Labor MPs will elect a new deputy leader next week after veteran MP Annette King, first elected to Parliament for Labor in 1984, announced she'll step down as deputy and retire from Parliament at the election in September. The newly minted Mount Albert MP Jacinda Ardern is the clear front runner to replace her, given that she's got the backing of the party's leader Andrew Little and of Annette King herself. The announcement came just 48 hours after both Mr Little and his deputy really strenuously denied speculation that Jacinda Ardern's by-election win would result in her elevation to the number 2 job. But Ms King insists her decision to leave was hers and hers alone. Here is our political editor, Jane Patterson.
Speculation has swirled since Jacinda Ardern's win in Mount Albert at the weekend that she was poised to replace Annette King as deputy leader. Ms King refused to be interviewed on Monday, saying it was a distraction and her plans hadn't changed. Today, the MP, whose political career has spanned more than 30 years, says she's been considering her position for some time, and after discussing the matter with her colleagues now feels it's the right time to pass on the baton. Ms King says she's come under no pressure from Mr Little or the Labour Party caucus to stand aside.
No, not from a single member of caucus, and certainly not from the leader of the Labour Party, Andrew Little. This is totally my decision.
Annette King says she retained the full backing of the caucus as deputy until she made her announcement to stand down. She says she detected no shift in support towards Ms Ardern.
I absolutely have had no feeling of that at all. In fact, I've had nothing but support from my colleagues, including Jacinda and Andrew. So no, there's none of that. This is purely my decision, and you know, people will believe it or not, but it is true.
The leader Andrew Little has paid tribute to Ms King as a loyal and hard-working deputy, and backs her statement she came under no pressure to stand aside.
The decision that Annette has taken is entirely her decision. She's told me about it yesterday. She's made that decision.
He'll be nominating Jacinda Ardern for deputy after her resounding win in Mount Albert, and because the 36-year-old MP is part of the fresh face of the Labour Party lineup.
It is a decision of caucus. There has to be a vote, but I'm backing Jacinda. Jacinda, in her nearly 9 years in Parliament, has done tremendous work on a number of fronts. She's a fantastic networker. She connects with a part of the electorate who, you know, we're working very hard to connect with.
Jacinda Ardern, who was elected to Parliament in 2008 as a list MP, says while she has not actively sought a leadership role in the past, she'd be happy to accept the position of deputy.
I've always said it's not a job I would ask for, but if I was asked, and if the party and my team thought I was well placed to do the job, then I would happily take on the role.
The Prime Minister, Bill English, says he's not fazed by the change in lineup, but the Labour Party will miss Annette King.
Annette's been a long time, reasonable, stabilising influence in the Labour Party, I think more broadly respected across the Parliament. So it'll be a bit of a challenge for the Labour Party, I think, but we certainly wish Annette well.
As to whether Jacinda Ardern could face any competition for the number 2 job, Andrew Little says he's not aware of any other MPs who want to put their name forward for deputy. From Parliament for Checkpoint, Jane Patterson.